Hey gang, Dr. Bruce here. Hope everything is awesome and growing and growing and growing. Today I'm going to talk about something that's not really a tip. It's kind of talking about my book that I wrote, The Social Outcast. And I wrote this book because many people ask me how I gained the perspective I have and how I developed with multiple high-volume cash-like practices. And many times people are having a hard time building one practice. How did I do 13? So I wrote the book so others would realize the journey I took and how the experience resulted in the wisdom gained from that journey. You see, when you have your skin in the game, so to speak, you learn things. And I had this vision of taking chiropractic around the world, and in doing so, man, I ran into some fences pretty hard. It wasn't easy. An experience I had honestly can say that developing a thriving chiropractic practice is easy now, but it took me a while to really kind of figure it out. And it got to the point that I can finally say it is easy. So it becomes easy when you have a system to follow, and a proven system will seemingly knock down all those walls of adversity we seem to give so much power to. Many people tell me that they don't have a great practice for many reasons. They'll tell me that they don't have the right location, they don't have the right this, the right that, the right ad. And the truth is that it's not all about the stuff. All the things we've talked about, starting out in these last 13 or 14 tips here, have talked about mindset. So I'd love to give you a copy of my book, but I'm a little reluctant because I've learned over the years there is no free lunch, and sometimes when you give someone to something with little or no exchange, they seem to lose their perceived value. How many times have you given free care to a patient and they didn't appreciate it that much? Or you ended up not making them pay because their insurance didn't cover? Or how about insurance-only patients? When their insurance quit, they usually quit. They didn't value it. So my fear is if I give the book away, people won't even read it, and I want them to read it. So when I was editing the book, I actually thought, if the majority of chiropractors who ever felt stuck would read this, because I'm telling you, as I wrote this book, I couldn't believe it. As I was recalling my life, I had some challenges. I mean, I tend to be extreme, I guess. I guess I'm manic. I do things really high and really low. But, and I realized as I read this book, if someone would read this book and see that, because at one time when I was speaking for the Parker seminars, I was talking about something, and this guy, he starts getting red in the face. He's in the front row. And in the room is, got a few hundred doctors in it, and I'm talking, and this guy's getting redder and redder. And I noticed it as I was talking. And finally I said, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "Well, you guys." And I said, "What do you mean?" "Well, you guys, you speaker guys, you talk about how easy it is, but you don't know what it's like in the real world." And I said, "Well, I was in the real world." He goes, "Yeah, but you weren't where we are. You don't understand how it is where I live." And I said, "Man, if you knew the road that I followed, you'd probably disagree with that." So this book talks about my fear, my almost wanting to quit the profession, what it finally took for me to kind of, get over the thing. I even talk about, I sold out. I became, an accident clinic for a while, and I just started going after the money. I mean, I've gone all over the place. So I thought if someone really read this book and sat back and read it, it might just be the nudge they need. So for a limited time, I'm going to simply give the book away in e-form. Anybody wanting to read it, just go to www.thesocialoutcast.com, and on the link, paste in your browser. It doesn't click, it doesn't work, and instantly download The Social Outcast. But I would like to make a request because I'd like to know what you feel about it. I mean, I put my life in this book. And I'd like to really know, after you read it, if you sat back and got it. Because it's just not A to Z. It's not just really, really easy. I went through, it's up and down. It's all over the place. And I'd like to know if it inspired you. Because if it inspired you, that was my goal. And quite honestly, I don't care if I ever make a dime off this book. I just wanted to give it to people that feel stuck. And if they feel stuck and it helped them, that's my job. My job today, I've had awesome career. 13 clinics, 34,000 patients in our clinics. And today, and this is not just some altruistic thing, you need to know I'm very honest when I say this. I'm afraid for our profession right now. I don't like where it's going. I don't like the fact that we're looking at, even considering taking drugs or prescribing drugs. Chiropractic saved my life. When you read the book, you'll see how. And when I see us struggling in practice, it breaks my heart. We shouldn't struggle in practice. The fact right now that the tuition is down hugely breaks my heart. People need chiropractic now more than ever. There's more stress in their life. Health is a constantly debated subject. And the reason why the healthcare crisis, so to speak, is as it is because it's a broken system. The allopathic model doesn't work. And turning chiropractic into another allopathic model, to me, is just the worst thing that can happen on this planet. So I'm on a personal quest, to go ahead. I label myself the social outcast because I'm speaking out. I'm saying things that, in fact, I label myself that because in the real world, I am an outcast. We don't think like the normal world. We believe the body can heal itself. My God, that's crazy thinking. So, I tell people that. I go, what's the name of your book? I go, The Social Outcast. They go, what's that about? I said, life is a chiropractor. Oh, and it just right away, it creates, adversity because that's how people think. So please read it. And please let me know what you think to see if I'm, give me some feedback to know if I'm accomplishing my mission or not. And I hope you enjoy reading it as much as I did writing it. It was fun. I wrote the book, believe it or not, in 3 months. It's 192 pages in Kindle form when you download it. 80 or 67,000 words. I did it in 3 months, 3 hours a day, and all I did basically was just kind of regurgitate my life, and it was healing. So I really did enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy it too. So with my love, please accept my copy of thesocialoutcast.com, and I'll see you at the next event.